Greetings, ASA members. Let's start with the federal government and then we'll move on to Arizona. Congress approved a final spending bill for fiscal year 2019 prior to the actual deadline. I don't know what happened. Someone forgot to get a golf appointment, I guess. The bill includes a $581 million increase in total over the fiscal year 2018 enacted level for the U.S. Department of Education. The bill includes slight increases for Title I of $100 million. $100 million is slight because the Title I total is $15.8 billion. IDEA Part B, $87 million. Now, of interest to many Arizona school districts is the $30 million increase in impact aid. Because remember, Trump proposed a $150 million cut to impact aid, and he got a $30 million increase. Similarly, Trump proposed $0 for the 21st century after school programs. The bill included $1.2 billion. Also, Title IV-A, Trump proposed $0. The bill funded it at $1.17 billion. Also, Title II, supporting effective instruction, proposed by President Trump, $0. Allocated over $2 billion. Now, the effort to disallow any spending of that money for arming teachers failed. States may still decide to utilize those funds in that manner. The bill also included level funding for the Jacob Javits Gifted and Talented Act, which was eliminated in President Trump's proposal. No money for gifted and talented. For him, for Congress, level funding. So President Trump overall asked for $7 billion in budget cuts to the Ed Department. Now, Congress's education budget also largely ignores his request to funnel north of $1 billion to various school choice initiatives. But it does include increased funding for charter school projects. In total, the deal sets the department's budget at $71.5 billion. An increase over FY18 of $581 million. Now to Arizona, where it's election time. As you analyze the various propositions, you may wish to consider a new report from the Grand Canyon Institute. This is an analysis that they have done of Prop 126. Now remember, that's the so-called Protect Taxpayer Act. In other words, disallow any taxes on services from ever being enacted. Now, if voters approve Proposition 126, the Grand Canyon Institute argues, the state will lose $250 million annually in education funding, and counties will have a dramatic shortfall in money for road improvements. Because one consequence of Prop 126 is the elimination of any taxes on services included within sales tax measures now that are scheduled to be renewed in the future. For example, Prop 301, remember its renewal was passed last spring by the state legislature to happen in 2021. But if Prop 126 passes, there will be a $250 million shortfall when that renewal comes in 2021. A similar problem occurs for Maricopa and Pima counties because they have sales tax measures expiring in 2025 and 2026, respectively. If Prop 126 passes, any renewal of those taxes will lose at least 40% of its current revenue. How will they make up that shortfall? Probably by taxing all of us in some other way. So consider that as you look at Prop 126. Now let's talk briefly about FAFSA, Free Applications for Federal Student Aid. This is the form that families of high school students intending to go to college must fill out, and it can be a bit challenging. Now, there's a program going forth, a FAFSA challenge, and the point of that challenge is to get Arizona's rate of completion for next year up to 50%. Currently, we're at 43% of high school seniors doing the FAFSA. Nationally, the rate is 60.9 or almost 61%. If you want to take part in this FAFSA challenge, as it's called, you can go to the link that I'm providing in this message, and they have a dashboard there which will show you how your high school compares in FAFSA completion to other high schools in the state. Now remember, FAFSA has big implications for high schools for the CCRI, Career and College Readiness Index score that's part of A through F. Now let's move on to some opportunities in the next few months. It's that time of year and conferences and trainings abound. Let's start with the Arizona Science Teachers Association Conference, November 1st and 2nd, called Building Toward Phenomenal Science Instruction for All. Their flyer is attached. There's an opportunity with ADE, the ADE Computer Science Professional Development Program. You can get as much as $25,000, and this provides training in computer science for high schools for the teaching of computer science. Check out that flyer. If you're interested in improving cooperative learning in your district, Kagan Cooperative Learning Strategies is holding a training at the Sahuarita School District on November 6th. And that link is attached. And remember, of course, our friends at AZALAS have their annual conference October 28th and 29th. That's over at the San Marcos Resort. You can still register for that conference. The ASA Middle Level Drive-In Conference is December 3rd. Finally, ASA members, for all of you, our next division meeting is Monday, November 5th in the usual spot over in Mesa. And this meeting will feature Dr. Joe O'Reilly of the ASU Helios Decision Center. He will be analyzing this year's A through F results. Also attending is Wendy Davey, the statistics guru of ADE, and she will answer your A through F questions. Furthermore, she will preview the now in progress report card being developed by ADE to comply with the dashboard bill that was passed last spring. She's going to show you some of the work they're doing and solicit your input. So don't miss that meeting. It's your opportunity to give feedback to the Department of Education.